What if I told you that the most powerful tool for productivity in 2025 isn't a new app or expensive software, but a free AI that can literally transform how you work, learn, and create? In the next 30 minutes, I'm going to show you exactly how to use ChatGPT, even if you've never touched AI before. This step-by-step guide is the easiest way to learn ChatGPT to achieve whatever your goals are for 2025. Last year, I watched complete beginners use ChatGPT to write business plans that secured funding, learn Spanish faster than 6 months of classes, and plan their family vacations in just seconds. I even watched them debug complex code without knowing how to program at all. But here's what's crazy. They started exactly where you are right now as complete beginners. Right now, millions of people are using ChatGPT completely wrong. They're typing basic prompts and getting basic results. They're missing out on the real power of this tool. In this complete beginner's guide, I'm going to walk you through everything you need to know about ChatGPT. From creating your first account to crafting the perfect prompts. No technical jargon, no complicated concepts, just simple step-by-step instructions that anyone can follow. Stay until the end and I'll show you 3 real-world examples of how beginners are using ChatGPT to save hours of work every single day. So let's dive in. But before we do, I need you to hit that subscribe button if you want to learn about AI and tools like ChatGPT in 2025. I make videos about this all the time that you're not going to want to miss. So what exactly is ChatGPT and what can it do for you? You can think of ChatGPT like an AI-powered assistant designed to make your life easier. It can help you generate creative ideas like story prompts, marketing slogans, or ideas for your next video. It can help you write emails and reports like job applications, client proposals, meeting summaries. And one of the things ChatGPT is best at is answering questions or explaining difficult concepts like tax deductions or the basics of coding. In this video, I'm going to walk you through signing up for ChatGPT, navigating the interface, and exploring key features like attachments, tools, and the canvas. All along the way, I'm going to give you tons of bonus tips to maximize your experience so you can get the most out of ChatGPT. I'm also going to show you a bunch of real-world examples and ChatGPT prompts to get you thinking about how you can use ChatGPT in your daily life. You might think that ChatGPT is just another AI tool, but what I'm about to show you will completely change how you think about AI assistants. ChatGPT is like having a personal assistant available 24/7. It listens, it learns, and it delivers answers or solutions right when you need them. So who is ChatGPT for? My answer is everyone. I personally think that anyone can find a good reason to use ChatGPT to improve their life. If you're a student struggling with your homework, ChatGPT can help you simplify complex topics or even help brainstorm essay ideas. If you're a professional, whether you're drafting an important email or creating a client proposal, ChatGPT makes it faster and easier. If you're a hobbyist and you're planning a weekend getaway, use ChatGPT to suggest itineraries tailored to your lifestyle. And if you're a creative like me, you can use ChatGPT to write poetry or generate design concepts. ChatGPT is an excellent creative partner. ChatGPT can help you save time by spending less time on repetitive tasks, and it can help you boost your creativity by getting fresh perspectives that you never thought of before. ChatGPT is my favorite place to go when I'm at the beginning of any project because it helps me organize my thoughts and get the train rolling. The best part about ChatGPT isn't just what it can do, it's how quickly you can start using it. So here's what most tutorials don't tell you about getting started. The first thing you need to do in order to get started using ChatGPT is sign up for an account. All you have to do is head over to chatgpt.com and click sign up. Once you're here, you'll see a screen like this to create your account, and all you have to do is enter your email address or sign up with Google, Microsoft, or Apple. If you're not signed in, you'll actually be able to use ChatGPT anyway, totally for free. You just won't have access to the more advanced models and features. Did you know that most people only use 10% of ChatGPT's interface? I'm about to show you the features that will make you wonder how you ever worked without them. One of the things I love the most about ChatGPT is how absolutely simple and intuitive it is to use. It's really just this chat interface that says, what can I help you with? And if you're not sure, it has some ideas right down here for you at the bottom. You can even click more to get some other ideas. Like click into any one of these, summarize text, and it can summarize my lease agreement, summarize notes from a meeting, summarize chapter 1 of a book, summarize a research paper, etc., right? If you need advice on something, click get advice. Get advice on a difficult conversation. Get advice on salary negotiation. So you can see these are all these ideas of simple ways you can use ChatGPT just in your everyday life. It doesn't need to be this big complex thing. AI doesn't need to be scary or overwhelming. You can use it for these really basic tasks to help improve your life. So I'm going to go ahead and log into my account so I can show you everything that ChatGPT has to offer. So now that I'm logged into my account here, we do get access to more advanced features. In the interest of full disclosure, I personally pay for this Plus model at $20 a month because it's worth it to me. I use ChatGPT all the time, but you really can get a lot of access just from the free model. You can get access to the GPT-4o Mini. You can get access to GPT-4o, which is their latest model. Even though it's limited, it's still going to give you plenty of juice for what you need. So let me give you a quick tour around the interface. The most important area that you're going to be spending most of your time with, obviously, is this middle section here. This is where you come in and just click to type to ask ChatGPT anything. And you can say, I'm on a diet. What should I eat for breakfast? And ChatGPT is really great at understanding what you mean. I had a typo in there. I'm not using correct punctuation. I'm using all lowercase letters. It doesn't matter. ChatGPT will understand you. So just in 2 seconds says, if you're on a diet, breakfast options should be balanced, nutrient dense, and align with your goals, whatever your goals are. And as we move on, I'm going to show you some even more advanced ways to prompt ChatGPT so we can get better, more personalized responses. Look at all these examples it gave us. It gave us ideas for a high protein breakfast of scrambled eggs or Greek yogurt. It gave me a low carb breakfast with egg muffins and avocado toast, or quick and easy like boiled egg or cottage cheese, right? So again, this is just like a really basic ask. It doesn't need to be complicated. This is really helpful for even the small things. The next thing you're going to want to be aware of is just how to start a brand new chat. And all you have to do is come up to this little pencil icon up here and start a new chat. And the reason you might want to do this is because ChatGPT will keep a memory of your conversation within each window. And so if you want to start talking about a new topic or have a new conversation, it's best to start a completely new chat so ChatGPT doesn't get confused. If you want to keep track of your old conversations, just come up here and you can open up the sidebar and you can see these are all the conversations that I've had with ChatGPT. They've actually recently implemented a search feature, so I can come up here and I can click search. And if I typed in something like TikTok, you can see it's going to search all of my past conversations for any time I mention the word TikTok. The next thing you're just going to want to be aware of is what model you're using. And for 99% of the cases, ChatGPT 4o or 4o Mini is going to be what you want to use. If you click into the model dropdown up here, you can see there are some other options like the O1 model, which is used for more complex reasoning. So the O1 model is really great for complex tasks or deep reasoning or critical thinking. So things like math or coding where it really needs to solve a problem step by step. But again, for most of your questions, ChatGPT 4o is going to be all you need. The other benefit to using ChatGPT 4o is that you get access to all the other features like attachments, search, and tools. The attachment field is great because you can upload documents or images and you can ask ChatGPT directly about them. So if you're a college student and you need to write a research paper about a piece of text, just upload the text into ChatGPT and start asking your questions. So YouTube released this whole report of why people watch YouTube videos. And I just went ahead and uploaded it here. And I can just say, summarize this, right? And ChatGPT is going to get to work. It's going to analyze that PDF report and it's going to give me all the main takeaways. And so if you have a big complex thing to read or paper to read or essay or whatever, like just come in here, drop it into ChatGPT and ask it to extract the key information for you. So this just says the Why We Watch 2.0 report explores the evolving dynamics of online video consumption, focusing on how content quality and emotional resonance influence viewer engagement. And then it goes ahead and lists all the key insights from the report. The reason I love ChatGPT so much is the conversational nature of it. So if I want to learn more or I'm unhappy with the response, like I can just tell ChatGPT to break it down in more detail. Like, can you tell me more about content quality, right? Section number 2 here is how we're redefining quality content. And I want to know more about that. So I'm just going to go ahead and send this off and ChatGPT is going to get back to work analyzing that document to break down that section even further for me. So you can see content quality is no longer defined by technical excellence, just as high production values. It's really defined by emotional markers like authenticity and relatability, et cetera, et cetera. So you can just go ahead and do this deeper dive using ChatGPT. So let's just go ahead and start a new chat, and I'm going to show you some of the additional features. The next one is a big one, and it's relatively new, but it's so powerful, and that's search with inside ChatGPT. I almost use ChatGPT now instead of going to google.com. So even just clicking search, you can see what's trending right now. Caroline Kennedy, Michelle Obama, Selena Gomez, and Kristi Noem. So I can just go ahead and let's click on Michelle Obama and see what pops up. What's really cool is you can see it's pulling all this information from all over the web. So it's not just like a Google search. I'm getting her Twitter page or Instagram, Facebook, right? And then it goes ahead and breaks this down just like a Wikipedia article. But I could also do something like even more current. And I can say, what's the weather like in San Francisco? ChatGPT is going to search the web and it's just going to pull the latest weather data for me. At 2:48 p.m. on Tuesday, that's the day. Here's what the weather is like. And then it gives me the forecast for the week. So you can see how incredibly powerful this already is. And again, I love the conversational nature of it. So I can say, I'm going into the city tonight. What should I wear? And now, based off of the weather and the search results, it's actually going to tell me what I should wear when I go to San Francisco. So temperatures are expected around 46 degrees. Consider wearing a warm coat or jacket along with layers such as a sweater or a hoodie. One of the next features is tools. So if you just come in here to view tools, and you can do picture to create an AI generated image using DALL-E right here inside of ChatGPT. So I can just say, create an image of me going into the city tonight. And what's cool is that ChatGPT now has all this context of our previous conversation. And so it's going to go ahead and create an image of me going into San Francisco. So here's an image I created of you heading into the city tonight. It captures the cozy and stylish vibe of San Francisco's nighttime atmosphere. So we can just go ahead and we can see this is a really nice image. This is a Transamerica building right here. These are clearly the Victorian houses of San Francisco. And the text is a little off, but I still think this image is awesome. If you want, you can come up here to download this image, or you can actually select specific areas of the image and request changes. The last and one of the most powerful features that I want to show you is ChatGPT's Canvas. So if you come back into tools here and you click Canvas, you can just say, write me a blog article about cats, right? And so Canvas is really great for these longer sort of asks like blog articles or coding, because it's really powerful. So remember before how I said I love ChatGPT for being conversational? Well, sometimes that actually gets in the way, because if I'm trying to write this blog article and I'm trying to make changes and I'm having this back and forth with ChatGPT and I tell it to do something and then it writes the whole blog article and then I tell it to do something else and it writes it again, that gets really cumbersome and overwhelming and it's hard to scroll through the whole chat. But what's so great is that here I have this whole Canvas window that I can go ahead and I can just make changes right here inside of Canvas. And if I ask ChatGPT to make any changes or updates, it's going to just update what already exists rather than recreating it all over again. And what's cool is not only is this AI driven, this functions just like a text editor, like Google Docs would. If I'm unhappy with something in here, I can just go ahead and highlight this and say, humans love cats. One of the coolest things I can do inside of Canvas is I can actually get really specific of what I want to have changed. So if I want to know more about why cats purr, I can just come into the section here and I can highlight this and I can just go ahead and click this little plus here and ask ChatGPT or edit or explain. And I can just say, expand on this section. Right? And what's really cool is that it's not going to analyze the whole article. It's just going to analyze the specific section that I need help with. And it's going to go ahead and it's going to make those changes for me all right here in the Canvas window. So again, instead of having this back and forth in the chat, it's just going to do it right here inside of Canvas. And so there's a couple more really cool features that you should know about. And they're all located down here in this little pencil icon. So if you want, ChatGPT is like the ultimate writing assistant. So if you're writing a research paper or a college essay or even an email, you can just have ChatGPT suggest edits for you. So just go ahead and click suggest edits and click the arrow. And you can see now that ChatGPT is just going through this blog article and it's suggesting areas where we can actually improve it. I could say I could expand on this point by including specific historical examples, or consider elaborating on how their self-sufficiency contrasts with the moments of affection. And so if we like any of these, we can just go ahead and click apply, and ChatGPT is just going to add this into our article. So I'm not doing any of this work. ChatGPT is highlighting it, it's making the corrections, it's improving our article, and everything is looking really good. If there's anything you don't want to include, you can just ignore it, or you can just exit out and it goes away. There's a couple more features in here, like adjusting the length. If you click on this, you can make it shorter or longer. You can adjust the reading level. If it's too complicated or if it reads too simple, you can either make it for kindergartners or you can make it for graduate school students. You can use this to add final polish, and you can use ChatGPT to add emoji to whatever it is that you're creating. Now that you have a good idea of all the tools available to you, the interface is really just the beginning. I want to give you a whole bunch of prompting techniques, which is what's going to separate ChatGPT beginners from power users. After that, I'm going to teach you some slightly more advanced ways to prompt ChatGPT to get better and more personalized responses for whatever your needs are. So you can come into ChatGPT and you could ask it something as simple as, what's an easy recipe for dinner tonight? And it's just going to go ahead and it's going to give you some options for what you can cook for dinner. And remember, if you wanted to, you can actually just use the search feature and you could search the internet for anything that's popular or trendy right now. But here we go. Here's some boneless chicken and cuts of baby potatoes. And here we go. It gives you a full recipe complete with ingredients and all the instructions you need to get cooking. There are some really great professional use cases. You could say, write me a follow-up email for a job application. I hope this email finds you well. I wanted to follow up on my application for your position name at whatever the company is, submitted on whenever you applied. I'm very enthusiastic about the opportunity to join your team and contribute to whatever role you're excited about. I understand you must be busy, but I wanted to kindly check if there are any updates, et cetera, et cetera. And again, this is all conversational. So if you're unhappy with this, we could say, make this shorter and more casual. So I love this back and forth that you can have with ChatGPT. So again, it's really up to you how you want to use this. Now it says, hi, hiring manager. I hope you're doing well. I wanted to follow up on my application I submitted whenever. I'm really excited about the opportunity to contribute and was wondering if there are any updates on the hiring process. This is so much shorter. This is more casual. This is maybe something that I would send. If you're a content creator like me, you could use this to help you brainstorm ideas if you ever get stuck. So you could say, brainstorm 5 ideas for videos on AI tools. 5 AI tools to supercharge productivity in 2025. And then it actually goes on to list out the tools and the practical examples that you can use. AI tools you didn't know could make you money. Midjourney or DALL-E for unique prints or designs, Copy for writing copy, Descript for editing and monetizing YouTube or podcast content. And it goes on and on. So you can see how helpful ChatGPT can be for literally whatever your needs are. There are 2 main keys to getting better answers from ChatGPT. The first one is being specific, and the second one is providing context. So let me give you some examples. So I could just say to ChatGPT, what should I do in New York? Okay, this is great. This is going to go ahead and it's going to list some classic New York experiences like Central Park, the Statue of Liberty, right? So it's just going to give me these like really kind of generic answers. But if I were to get more specific, I could say something like, plan a 3-day itinerary for NYC for under $500. Right? And so you can see by getting a lot more specific, I'm going to get a much better response from ChatGPT. And look how nicely this lays this out. So now it's going to give me some iconic NYC in the morning. I'm going to walk through Central Park and visit a museum. It's even going to tell me that it's going to cost $30 to visit the Museum of Art. Then it's going to tell me what to do in the afternoon. I can have lunch at a local cafe, take a walk along 5th Avenue, right? In the evening, I'll do dinner at Times Square, and I can grab a slice of pizza for 99 cents, which is really unbelievable. And so you can see by giving it a lot more details and just asking it a more specific question, I get a much better answer. The second thing I shared was giving it context. So if I'm trying to explain a complex topic, I can say like, what is photosynthesis? Right? And so it's just going to basically break down this complicated scientific concept for me, right? And it's going to say, look, this even gives me a general equation for photosynthesis, right? So this is already kind of like overwhelming and confusing. But what if I were to say something like, I'm a 5th grade teacher. How do I explain photosynthesis to my students? Right? And so now that it has this context of me being a 5th grade teacher and that I want to explain this to my students who are 5th graders, this is actually going to break it down and give me an answer that's a lot more relevant and personalized to me. Look at this. Start with a question. Ask, have you ever wondered how plants eat if they don't have mouths? Like, that's funny. Okay, let them guess. This is great. Engage the students. Then explain, plants make their own food in a special way called photosynthesis, et cetera, et cetera. And so this goes ahead and just breaks it down in this really clear, simple manner. It even gives me this hands-on activity that I can use with my students. The last thing you can do for ChatGPT is you can experiment with tone and style. So I just uploaded this image of this pen here, and I could say something like, sell me this pen, right? So ChatGPT is going to try to sell me this pen, and let's see what it says. Introducing the Bic Crystal Ballpoint Pen, a timeless classic designed for those who value simplicity, efficiency, and reliability. And now if I'm unhappy with this, I can adjust the tone and I can just say like, make it more persuasive. So now ChatGPT is going to understand my question and it's going to go ahead and reevaluate its response. Look at this. This isn't just a pen. It's a tool for success. Whether you're signing your next big contract, jotting down a life-changing idea, or writing history, the Bic Crystal Ballpoint Pen is here to make it happen. And then it goes ahead and gives me this nice checklist. Let me show you the exact prompting structure that I personally use to get the best answers from ChatGPT every single time. There are basically 4 things you need to remember. You need to assign ChatGPT a role. You need to provide context. You need to give it a clear command or task. And then you can have ChatGPT actually ask you questions to improve the response and make it more personalized and customized to you. Let me show you what this looks like. So the first thing we want to do is we want to give ChatGPT a role. And we can literally just type in role. You are a social media expert. So now ChatGPT knows how to behave and how to think. The next thing we want to do is we want to give it context. So we can just type in context, which basically just means give ChatGPT a little bit of background on your problem or whatever your question is going to be. So in my case, I can say, I teach people on TikTok how to use AI and ChatGPT, and I'm looking to develop a LinkedIn presence. So now it knows what I'm trying to accomplish and a little bit about me. Next is giving ChatGPT a direct command or a task. And you can just type in task. And in this case, we'll say, please generate a LinkedIn article about how anyone can use ChatGPT to build their audience. And the last part is my favorite part. Just paste this in. Ask me questions until you're 95% sure you can complete the task. So this is really great. If you're not giving ChatGPT enough information or you're being a little bit vague, ChatGPT will now ask you questions to get all the information it needs to give you a really detailed and accurate response. So now you can see ChatGPT is actually coming up with some really insightful questions like, who is your primary audience? Are they solopreneurs? They're giving me options here. I assume they're new to AI and ChatGPT, or are they somewhat familiar? What's the tone? Is it should be conversational or approachable or more professional and authoritative for a LinkedIn audience? Do I have any personal success stories or any anecdotes that I want to include? Is there a call to action? Is there a goal for the article? Do I want readers to follow me, comment on their challenges, or DM me for help, right? How detailed do I want this to be? Should I emphasize building a personal brand or creating consistent content? Do I want to optimize this for LinkedIn by including LinkedIn specific tips for using ChatGPT? And is there a preferred structure that I already have in place? And if you don't know, you can just say, make your best guess. And ChatGPT will actually just fill in those blanks for you, and then it'll get to work with your tasks. So here it is, crafting the article for LinkedIn, again, based off of this role, the context I provided, and the task. And if I had filled in answers to all these questions that it asked me, I would have got a really personalized and tailored response. Building an audience used to feel overwhelming, coming up with ideas, writing content, and staying consistent. But with tools like ChatGPT, the process is more accessible than ever. Here's how you can get started today. Generate endless content ideas, write captivating posts in minutes, optimize your content for SEO and visibility, engage with your audience. This is actually a really great response. So remember those 3 real-world examples I promised? Well, this is where things get interesting. I'm about to show you exactly how 3 complete beginners, a marketing manager, a college student, and a small business owner are using ChatGPT to do 4 hours of work in just 15 minutes. And the best part is you can copy their exact prompts word for word. So in this first scenario, a marketing manager needed to write 15 different email subject lines and preview text for their company's Black Friday campaign. So here's the prompt. Okay, so we start by giving ChatGPT context. We say, I need to write email subject lines and preview text for a Black Friday sale campaign. Our company sells sustainable outdoor gear. Our main offer is 40% off all items. So this is great. It knows exactly what we're trying to make, what we're making it for, what we sell, and what the offer is. And now here's the task. Please generate 15 different subject line and preview text combinations that, 1, create urgency, mention the discount, appeal to eco-conscious customers, and are under 50 characters for the subject line. And now here's the format. Format each combination as a subject line and the preview text. And so let's just go ahead and send this off, and ChatGPT is immediately going to get to work for us and literally create 15 email lines in under 30 seconds. Subject line, 40% off and soon. Gear up sustainably. Shop eco-friendly outdoor gear before the sale disappears. So look how great this is. It's tailored to exactly what our needs are. It mentions the discount, right? It mentions exactly what we're selling. And it creates a sense of urgency where we say end soon and grab this before the sale disappears. And it's just going to go ahead and it's going to create all 15 of these examples for us. The next example is a college student who is literally saving 3 hours for every assignment. So this student was struggling to understand complex economics concepts, and they needed help breaking down theories and creating study materials. I'm studying supply and demand curves in economics and struggling to understand the concept. Please help me by, here's the task, explaining the concept in simple terms as if to a high school student, providing 3 real-world examples that demonstrate the principle, creating 5 practice questions with answers, suggesting a memorable analogy to help me remember the concept, and creating a brief outline I can use to explain this to a study group. So I'm going to send this off again. ChatGPT is going to understand the context. It's going to understand what I'm asking for. It's going to understand the task, what exactly I'm requesting of it, and it's going to break this down into every single one of these steps. So it's going to give me a high school level breakdown of what supply and demand is. It's going to tell me what demand is, the quantity of a product or service that people are willing to buy at different prices. As the price goes up, people usually buy less. It's going to talk about supply, and then it's going to explain what the supply and demand curve is. Then it's going to give me a couple real world examples like concert tickets, seasonal fruit, or gasoline prices, something that I can really understand and relate to. It's going to give me a few practice questions. If the price of ice cream decreases, what happens to the demand? Answer: demand increases because lower prices encourage people to buy more. And then it's going to give me a memorable analogy. Think of supply and demand like a seesaw. Demand is kids on one side of the seesaw and supply is kids on the other side. And then it's going to give me this outline to explain this to a study group. The last example is for a local bakery owner who needed to create a week's worth of social media content and respond to customer reviews. Here's the context. I run a local bakery and need help with social media content. Please help me create, here's the task, 7 Instagram captions of 50 to 100 words each that highlight our daily special items, include relevant hashtags, have a warm, friendly tone, and include a call to action. And I need 3 template responses for 5-star reviews, 3-star reviews, and customer complaints. And then here's that part we talked about where this can kind of tailor the tone to your tone. Make all content feel personal and authentic to a small family-owned bakery. And so in just a couple of seconds, we have all of our Instagram captions like freshly baked morning magic, rise and shine, our ovens are working their magic, and today's special is our buttery, flaky almond croissants. So it's just going to go ahead and craft all these captions for you. And again, what I love about ChatGPT is if you're not happy with this, just tell it what you don't like about these captions and it'll go ahead and it'll make updates for you. Now, here are the review responses for our customers. Here's a response to a 5-star review. Wow, your kind words just made our day. Or a response to a 3-star review. Thank you for your feedback. We always strive to make every visit a great one. Or if a customer complains, we understand that pricing is important and we always aim to provide the highest quality handcrafted treats using fresh, locally sourced ingredients. And here it says, let me know if you'd like me to tweak anything. So again, just tell it to make changes if you're not happy with these. If you thought this video was helpful, make sure you subscribe to the channel. And if you want even more real world uses for ChatGPT, check out this video on 5 ChatGPT prompts that will change your life. I'll see you over there.